Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and I've decided to do a video to explain astral projection. For over the last few weeks, I've had many clients ask about astral projection or ask about it in a way because they didn't understand. Something was happening to them and they just didn't understand what it was. So this video is to hopefully explain to all of you what astral projection really is. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. So astral projection is a term used to describe a deliberate or accidental out-of-body experience where our soul or our astral body leaves our body for a period of time and kind of takes a trip or goes somewhere, or some things happen to it. This is also described, a lot of people describe this, and they're light workers. And so it's one of those, their body is in bed, so this whole thing is their body, and at some point they make a deliberate thought about it, or they accidentally their soul leaves. Their body is still here, completely alive, but you really can't move that well and you can't really say anything. But your astral body kind of takes off and goes to different parts of the world. It's one of those, it's kind of like capable of travel inside and outside of our universe, to different planets, to kind of travel over time sometimes as well. Sometimes astral projection is considered a psychic ability, and sometimes it's not. I will tell you, it is responsible for psychic ability more than anything else. One of the things that happens is when you're in that astral projection, when you're out and about, you can see and hear and feel everything without kind of like the heaviness of our bodies. So it's kind of a really interesting way to do it. Now, light workers do this, and they are usually called to a part of the world where there is chaos or conflict, that sort of thing, and they're kind of there to kind of interject their light, their energy, and hopefully come to a peaceful resolution. But a lot of times people don't even realize they have this gift. And usually the way they ask me about it is they will say, I wake up sometimes and I can't move. I feel like someone's like pushing me down, or I feel like I can't move at all. Sometimes they'll say, I feel like someone was choking me. I've kind of heard a lot of them by now. Or someone was in the room and they were watching me, and I really couldn't move or react to them, or I tried to scream and nothing came out, kind of like nothing came out of their voice. And so it can be a gift that can be a little bit terrifying unless you talk to someone who understands the ability and understands it enough so they can explain it. So hopefully I'm doing a good job on that today. This is kind of, I will say, most people feel like it's a clairsensitive gift because you're very sensitive during this time frame, but it really has to do with your clairvoyant side and really having a very open third eye. But a lot of people don't even realize that they do have this gift. It will go on and on for years. I was talking to a client a couple of days ago or a week ago, and he is in his 70s, and he said, I have had this forever. I go to sleep at a reasonable time. He wakes up at the same time every morning, but he goes, most of the time I feel like I have not slept at all. I just feel exhausted. And usually that's what happens when you astral project. It's one of those, when you divide, it's one of those, your body back here isn't 100% resting, but neither is your soul body. And so you wake up and you're always kind of a little bit tired, a little cranky. And so for him, it was an easy kind of fix to do. We talked about some solutions that he could do. There are ways to kind of keep your body together so you don't astral project and leave. So you kind of keep everything together and don't wake up in the middle of the night. one of the things I think it can be really exhilarating to go to different places. One of my favorite places to go to is to go to different parts of the world. There's a couple of places in Hawaii I love to walk around. There's places in Italy and Germany and Switzerland that I just love going to. But part of it is also kind of being able to go off planet and go see what it's like on not only the planets in our solar system, but other solar systems, and kind of understand their energy a little bit differently than we normally do. So astral projection is something that a lot of people love to kind of play with. Once you get control over it, it can be really fun and amazing. But I can tell you that you can also kind of stop it at some points of like, hey, I'm not going tonight, or hey, this isn't working for me right now. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I have to deal with. It's kind of the cool part is to direct your energy. Like I said, Hawaii is one of my favorite places. Kind of one of my clients that loves to astral project. She loves to go kind of flying over the Rocky Mountains. Other people like to go to the Grand Canyon and kind of see it from their bird's eye perspective, and kind of like, what does it look like underneath, and feeling the different energies there. So that's kind of the fun, cool part about astral projection. It has been around for centuries. This isn't anything new. People just sometimes use different terminology or different words to explain the same idea. I think that's kind of what makes it hard, is kind of people don't understand what it is, or understand like how to voice it out of what's going on with them, or how to deal with it. It is a psychic gift, so it's one of those. Let's pull a couple angel cards and hopefully get us a little bit more depth in our insight into astral projection. Let me go with my cards here. The first one is meditation. It really is meant to be a meditation, but most meditations are not meant to get your body rest. It's meant to kind of slow down your mental side so your spiritual side can kind of soar, and that's really what happens, and that's why you're really not resting. Your body isn't, while you're on a astral projection kind of trip. This is our next card that's coming out. Emerging. Like I said, I have been seeing this gift emerge over the last few weeks more than anything else, or maybe it's just people are starting to voice it out, and many of them have been astral projection for years, just didn't understand what it was all about. Ideas and inspiration. One of the things I tell people is to be able to kind of direct yourself when you astral project is come up with some ideas or inspiration of where you would want to go and see, because if not, your body will go to where it wants to, or it will go to where there's a conflict, more like in a light worker. And not that light workers have, you know what I'm saying, it's one of those, it's an amazing job to be able to kind of bring that energy all over the world, but at some point you got to take a break. You got to kind of pull it back a little bit and say, hey, I'm taking tonight off, or I'm taking a couple of weeks off, or whatever it is, to kind of rest your body. And that makes it a little bit easier, but having some ideas of where you want to go sometimes is actually really fun, and you get to direct yourself a little bit. So listening. Many times my clients will tell me that they tried to explain this gift to others many times, and they don't ever seem to listen, or don't ever seem to get any resolution. And it doesn't mean that they had any answers, but sometimes it's like, I don't know, they don't know what to say, so they kind of end up going, oh, it must be you. And sometimes it can be hurtful too. It's like, I don't have that gift, or I don't have that ability. But being able to listen to someone else and just kind of hear their side of what's going on sometimes makes that a lot easier for them to take on, and for them to understand. Looking up psychic abilities is something fun and easy to do. And I will tell you that having the gift of astral projection can be really fun, and can bring you really deep insight into what's going on around you as you connect to the different energies. Let's pull one more card up here. Spiritual growth. Spiritual growth, this card comes in so much. This is all about your spirit growing and strengthening itself, and being able to go out into the world and make a difference, and bring that insight back to you, or back to other people, and bring healing in a lot of ways. Spiritual growth, I would say, is all about healing and working through things that don't understand or make sense. Make sure that you are getting the insight that you need. If you need to make an appointment with a psychic to understand a little bit more depth of this, I would definitely do that. Sometimes they can give you some insights, because I will tell you, most of the psychics I know have astral projection as one of their gifts, and therefore it's easier for them to explain it to you in that format of going, oh, this is a gift that you have. This is an easy way to understand what's going on, or try this. I often tell my students to kind of stay close to home first, and as you work on your abilities to control, and then work your way out from there. It makes it so much easier. Go to places like parks or lakes near where you live, and then kind of work your way further and further out. And then as you get more strong and more capable of being able to direct yourself, it makes it really fun to go and do things and see other planets, see other solar systems, kind of really just enjoy this time of out wandering about on your astral tour. So I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.